Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we're diving into the banners that are coming for the 8th year anniversary, breaking down each particular part, taking a look at the legends that are available, taking a look at the steps, and letting you guys know where I think your gems are best spent. Now, I do want to put a bit of a disclaimer on this video before we begin. Obviously, spend your gems wherever you like. This is not me saying you have to do this. This is just my recommendation for what I think will be the best moving forward. Now, obviously, do what's best for your account. Now, if you're missing, like, super type lore, and you have every other super type, Super Suga Legend, then probably summon where he is, and then with the other characters. But I'm going to discuss which legend out of the 3 Super Sugas I think is the most valuable, and the one I think most players should actually go for, and what banner I think has the most value. Like I said, it's totally up to you at the end of the day. Take this as a guide and a recommendation, not a you must do this or you suck kind of thing. It's not like that. But if you are enjoying the content, make sure to belt the like button for me if you are new to the channel. If you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. Hit the bell notification too, because we have so much anniversary content coming. There's going to be so much content. There's going to be showcases for the new legends. We're going to take them in world tours. We're going to take them to every bit of content in the entire game. I'm going to try and take them into stuff like the Grand Voyage and like Garbs challenges, Forest. Let me know in the comment section below where you guys want to see these legends. Plus, we have all the events, and if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description breaking down all of these legends, as well as a link to break down the events. But let's take a look at the banners today, and let's dive in. Now, for myself, I'm going to be summoning on part 1. I'm going to be summoning when these banners get released in, like, what? Just over 12 hours time from the release of this video. I'm going to be summoning on part 1. I will be live over on Twitch. Link is in the description below, so make sure to come check me out. We're going to be doing a lot of summons through this event, so make sure to come check me out. Hit me out with a follow so you don't miss out on anything as well. So, part 1 does go live on the 11th of May and runs to the 18th of June, so you have plenty of time to summon. There's a part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 at a 15% red rate across all banners, which is very, very nice to see. 15% red rate is awesome. Just says, like, it's just an indication that the steps are going to suck. Obviously, each banner goes live a day after the next. 11th starting on part 1, 12th for 2, 13th for 3, 14th for 4, and the 15th for 5. Part 1 and part 2 will be live before the Blitz, and then halfway between part 2 and part 3 is when part 3 will drop. So, if you guys want these characters for the Blitz, you're pretty much, like funneled into summoning either on part 1 or part 2. So that is a big factor as well. Or you want to save most of your farming for the Blitz for the back end. But obviously, like, if you're going hard the whole time, you're going to want at least one of these characters early. So the new Super Suga Fest exclusives, Monkey D, Luffy, Kaido, and Yamato and Ace are all coming as part of the 8th anniversary. Plus, there's an 8th anniversary Suga Fest, Hancock, Nami, and Robin, which I will discuss as well. As I do think that's quite an interesting unit because they're not a Super Suga, but it seems like they are only available on this particular banner. Luffy and Kaido are super tandem, as we've already spoke about in the banners. Sorry, the character breakdowns below. But in today's video, we're sort of just talking about the banners. Now, obviously, we do have a bunch of new rare recruits. There's a Zoro, there's a Sanji, there's a Jack, a King, and a Queen. And they're available across every single part, which is very, very good. The Super Sugos will be available as well. So on part 1, all Super Sugos will be available, just like all Legends. All Legends are available on part 1, as well as Treasure Suga Fest exclusive characters. The Treasure Map Legends are available on part 1 and part 5. So, leads me to believe that Nami, Robin, and Boa are some sort of Treasure Map Legend, or the Treasure Map that is coming is going to be centric around them as the main character. So, like, the highest point booster seems like it's going to be the waifus. So, take it with a grain of salt, but the fact that they are on part 5, and that's the waifu part, leads me to believe that that's going to be the case. Roger and Whitebeard and Yamato are on part 2 with Luffy. On part 3, you have V2 Straw Hats and Law with Yamato and Ace. And then on part 4, you have Final Tap Luffy and Final Tap Kid with Kaido. And then on part 5, you have Goldie, Roger, and Kazuki Odin with the waifus. Straight up looking at this, I do think the best value is on part 3. Now, I do think that Yamato and Ace are going to be the most valuable character moving forward. I do think they're going to see the most play. They have a very good switch ability. Their captain ability works great with both Luffy and Kaido, so it's going to work nicely. Plus, the Straw Hat crew is on part 3. The big reason this is huge is because their Final Tap is still absolutely amazing. And you can bet your ass there is a super boss, Kazuna, coming at the end of this anniversary event. So you kind of want a final tap level 5 Luffy and crew if you don't have it already. If you've been saving your final tap tablets, this is a good chance to pick up that one extra dupe to get those final tap tablets put into the character. Now, unfortunately, the new Blitz doesn't actually give us a final tap tablet. It actually gives us a super tandem tablet. So this is probably the place where to get him. Plus, Laws on the banner too, and Yamato and Ace are very, very good as well. But let's scroll on down, and you can see here, these are all the new characters. Like I said, we've broke them down already. I'll leave links to the Rare Recruit video, to all of these characters' videos in the description below. Make sure to go check them out if you guys want to have like a real breakdown on what I think of these characters on the initial readings, like when I first got to know them, when I first read what they do. So the event boost effects, obviously, the Luffy, Yamato, Hancock, and Nami and Robin, and the Kaido will give 2 times event points for the Blitz, and then the Rare Recruits give 1.25 as well, which is great. So, Part 1. Part 1 has all of the new characters on it, including all Legends. So, all Legends will be available on Part 1 from what we know. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but nevertheless, it doesn't really change the fact that the rates should be the same. I don't imagine having all Legends is going to skew the rates that much. Obviously, you will have a better chance to pull the Legends you want on their specific part. But if you are going for multiple copies, or you're going for all of these Legends, Part 1 might be the place for you. And not only that, it has Treasure Map Legends, which means Bon Clay, big one, Bon Clay is on that banner. So, adds a bit more value to Part 1 if you ask me. Also, Part 1 does have stuff like V1 Shanks, V1 Ace, V1 Zoro, all those characters, like Time Skip Luffy, all those characters that are really, really good for Grand Voyage, the Grand Voyage we have available at the moment, all those characters are available on Part 1, and they won't be available on Part 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, for me, personally, Part 1 is just the best value that I can get, because there's, sure, you got every legend on the banner, but for me, I want all these characters, so I'm going in. You can bet your ass, your boy is going in, and I don't even think you understand what that means when I say that. On Part 2, as you can see, we've got what we've already spoke about. It runs on the 12th, 13th, 14th, and it just explains that we've got the Super Sugos there as well. So, let's go down here, and let's take a look at the structure. So, for Part 1, the 1st, 7th, 9th, 11th, 12th, 14th, 16th, 17th, 19th, 21st, 22nd, 24th, 26th, 27th, and 29th is a rate boosted character. Rate boosted character. Not rate boosted character or a legend. It's a rate boosted character, which means if you pull a legend, you are getting one of these characters. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There's 17 legends in the rate boosted step. 17. When you look at the other parts, you've got a lot more for a rate boosted or a legend character, right? Obviously, the rate boosted rare recruits, if we go down the bottom here, are still the same. Like that, these go across all the banners. You've got the 5 new characters, and then you've got the next. That Robin being rate boosted is great for players because she's really, really good. So you've got these 15 characters and then the 17 legends compared to on the other steps, which are a rate boosted character or a legend, having more legends in the pool. So whilst it is a shitty step, don't get me wrong, it is still a shitty step. The fact that it says rate boosted character and not, well, doesn't matter, right? Rate boosted character or well, actually it does, I'll take it back. The fact it doesn't state or a legend is huge because it rules out 140 something legends, right? So that's massive. That's really, really good. Really, really good. Not a good step, but just really good that they cut that out. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 13th, 23rd, 28th is a guaranteed Sugo Fest exclusive. The 5th poster is a guaranteed new character. So that's your 5 new rare recruits and your 4 new legends. If you pull a red on this step, you're really going to be real happy because you're pulling one of the new legends. The 6th, 10th, 15th, and 25th is a rate boosted Sugo Fest exclusive. So that step right there is a 1 in 17 chance. Just keep that in mind. 1 in 17 chance. Well, no, it's not. It's a 4 in 17 chance, right? Because the rate boosted characters are a little bit different. And the Sugos, there's only 17 of them, so it's not a bad step. The 8th and the 18th multi is all posters a 50% chance to a red Sugo Fest. 20th is a Super Sugo Fest character. And then the 30th is one of the new characters. Oh, hang on. It says No, last poster is a new Super Sugo Fest. Yeah, new Super Sugo Fest. So one of the new Super Sugo Fest. I read that and I was like, holy shit, that sucks. But it's one of the new 3. The 20th multi could be like Roger, Odin, Whitebeard, like it's all those characters too. But the 30th multi is a new Super Sugo. So you get one of the new characters. Moving on to part 2 to 5. The 1st, 4th, 6th, 7th, 9th, 11th, 12th, 14th, 15th, 17th, 19th, 18th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 25th, 26th, 27th, 29th are a Sugo Fest exclusive or a rate boosted character. So there's a little bit more characters in those pools, and there's a lot more of those steps compared to part 1. Then you have a Sugo Fest exclusive on 2nd, 3rd, 13th, 16th, 24th, 28th. 5th and 10th is going to be a limited Sugo Fest exclusive. So you have a limited pool, which I think is like a 1 in 12, I think. And then the 8th to 20th is a super limited, and the 30th multi is the guaranteed characters. Luffy on part 2, Yamato Ace on part 3, Kaido on part 4, and Nami, Hancock, and Robin on part 5. So what do I think of the steps? The steps suck. Like, there's no sugarcoating the steps. But honestly, I expected this. I didn't, after seeing the New Year's Sugo Fest, I didn't expect anything less from Bandai. They gave me exactly what I thought they were going to. If anything, they did better than what I thought they were going to. Like, the fact that we get the guaranteed unit on the 30th multi, I didn't think they'd do that. Like, after seeing Whitebeard and Roger, Whitebeard, Odin, whoa, wow. Whitebeard and Roger and the Straw Hat Q on part 1 not being, like, guaranteed, I honestly didn't think they would do this. Yes, it's 30, not 25 like last year, but look, it's like comparing the Meerkat and comparing the market. Simples. It's the same. It's just the same. It's just the same shit they do all the time. So I don't think there's any reason to complain. This is why the community and content creators have been saying, save your gems, because this is where you want to spend them. Right here. This banner. This is the one. Simples. As for part 2, part 3, part 4, you go for gold, whichever one you like the most. But I do think that Yamato and Ace is the best value character moving forward. So part 1, as you can see here, we've got Luffy, Kaido, and Yamato Ace as our rate boosted Sugo Fest exclusive super characters, and then you got your regular rate boosted characters being Nami, Robin, and Boa, the new Frankie, Odin, Dogstorm, Robin Jinbei, Katakuri, Page 1 Ulti, Lucci, Vivi, Whitebeard Shanks, Moria, Germa, Komurasaki, Sabo, Koala, V2 Mihawk, V1 Big Mom, and Garp. So what, there's 17 legends there, right? 17, 20. So there's 20. I apologize when I said 17. 1 in 17. It's 1 in 20. So this is what I'm talking about with the rate booster step. They're your characters. You got that, and then you've got the 15 rare recruits as well. So that's kind of nice. Not great, but kind of nice. The fact they dropped the legend tag is what I'm talking about there. If it said rate booster character or a legend, that includes all legends, and then you'd be absolutely up ship creek without a paddle. You do have access to all of the Super Sugo Fests. So for myself, I don't have dupes in any of these characters besides Straw Hat Crew. Oh, and Roger and Odin, right? Because like Roger and Odin, but in terms of final taps, I don't have any in Luffy, none in Law, none in Yamato. I don't even have a second Yamato, so I'll be very happy to pick any of those up. And on part 1, as you can see, you have the treasure map characters. Treasure map characters are on the banner. Super nice. I don't have Koala, so could pick up Koala, right? I picked up Bonnie last year on part 1, so there is the opportunity to pick them up. Carrot Wonder, a huge pickup for most players as well. Bond Clay, massive pickup. Crocodile's very, very good. Isakiko, okay, and Treasure Map Sanji stinks, but whatever. So does Koala, actually. Part 2 is Luffy's part with Whitebeard, Roger, and Yamato. You have, what's that? 27, there's 30, so 30 Sugos on the part. So when it says a rate boosted character or a Sugo Fest exclusive, this is what I mean. There's 45 compared to your 35. Sure, the rates might vary, but it is what it is. This particular part, obviously having 2 very, very good Super Sugos, as well as the new Luffy, has Brook, Kinemon Dendro, who's very, very good. Robin Jinbei is very, very good. As for the rest, like Vivi's great, Wano Law's great, Super Type Sabo and Hawkins can get out of here. Pudding's not bad, and the rest are kind of just forgettable. So like the legend selection isn't amazing, and oh, I accidentally tapped there. That guys, they stink. But look, you got Brook, you got Kinemon Dendro, and Robin and Jinbei, probably are the newest characters that are very good. If you don't have them, as they weren't available in the tickets. Well, Robin and Jinbei were, but like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So part 2 is a pretty good pool of legends. The limited pool is 15 legends. Kind of dookie, to be honest. But nevertheless, there are 3 Super Sugo Fests there. And then the super limited pool is 7. So you have a 1 in 7 chance of getting the new Luffy. That's going to be your best option, but obviously there are only 2 steps for that. The part 3, this is the part that I think has the best value. The best value, I think, is right here. You have Yamato and Ace, the V2 Straw Hats, and Law. 3 very good Super Sugos. They all see very good play. They all are very, very good. You also have the new Frankie, who's great. You have Cat Viper, who's awesome. Katakuri, I can't stand that guy. Boa, very underrated, as well as Lucci being very underrated, and the rest is just absolutely stinky but garbage banks. Verse White and Shanks is good. Luffy Zoro, great sub. V2 Shanks will probably get his Super Evolution soon, so you probably want a couple copies of him. V3 Rayleigh for Future City is not bad as well, but other than that, like, your rate boosted characters, your limited pool looks a little bit like this. It's not bad. It's not a bad limited pool. Like, the top 5 are great, and Boa's great, Verse White and Shanks is great, Lucci's great. I guess Katakuri's good, but for me, I can't stand that guy. And then your limited pool step's good. Like, that super limited pool step is just good. Reiju's the only one that sucks there, to be honest. And the rest of that is just, it's god tier. So, the super limited pool is great. The super Sugos on this banner is great. Part 3 is where you want to summon if you have been saving your gems and you don't want to spend any money. That's my opinion anyway. In my opinion. Next, you got Part 4. And Part 4 is stinky garbage pants. Kaido is one of the most anticipated legends. And I have seen a lot of people be keen for Kaido. You have Kid, who works great with Kaido. And then you have Last Tap Luffy, who sucks. Odin, I'm not a huge Odin fan, so I'm like, whatever. I love Dogstorm, and I love Dofi. Straw Hat Crew, V1's great. King and Queen are awesome. Halloween Law's nice. Halloween Ace is great. Sobermask, Shanks Crew, great subs. Sobermask's going to be absolutely a weapon under Luffy as well. As well as Kaido. So there's a pretty good pool, but then obviously, like, they've got to fill it out with fodder. Cat Viper, Dogstorm, honestly, is gone under the radar. Because Cat Viper, Dogstorm, like, you need them for Future City Grand Voyage Level 5, so I might have to do some summons on this part for them if I don't get Kaido. Like, simple as that. The limited pool looks a bit like this. It's not a bad limited pool, and the super limited pool is kind of whatever. Like, that's a good super limited pool if you took out, like, Odin and Luffy and... Alright, these characters have been around for a while, to be honest. Unfortunately, Kaido's banner got the short end of the stick. Mainly because the super Sugos aren't all that. Kid, as good as Kid is, has just been, like, sort of replaced by something like Yamato. It's been replaced by, like, the new Kaido. So, it's just kind of like, yeah, cool. Then finally, you have the Waifu banner. The Super Sugos, you have Roger and Odin, who have been on so many banners now. Shout out to Kruby, still missing Roger, though, so he might have to do some summons here. You have the Treasure Map Sugos Fest exclusive characters here. Now, this is an interesting one, right? This is leading me to believe that this Waifu unit is actually going to be the highest Treasure Map booster, as well as only being allowed, or only exclusive to the anniversary banners. So, instead of giving us, like, anniversary characters this year, like the Shirahoshi, the Reiju, and the Rebecca from last year, they're giving us a legend, which I don't like. I actually don't like it at all. Mainly because this character is quite mid, in my opinion. The best part about them is their sailor ability. This sailor ability right here is absolutely cooked. But they don't have special reverse on their kit, and they remove special, like, they reverse specials. Also, their super typing removes bind. 6 turns of bind, and if they get binded, you can't use it. So for me, it's a missed opportunity for, like, something like special bind, or like, yeah, special bind's the big one for me. Nevertheless, they are pretty good. Like, they're a pretty good unit, but I do think that will be the highest treasure map point booster, and it leads me to believe that there's not going to be a treasure map legend either, because they've put the treasure map characters on this banner. So if you like to go hard in treasure map, maybe this is the banner to go for, because I think this is where you're going to see the most value for the treasure map that will be upcoming. As for the actual Sugo Fest pool, it stinks, it sucks, it's trash. There's, like, nothing here that has been around long enough to care about. Ace Akainu is godly, but, like, everyone has Ace Akainu nowadays. Like, they've been out for so long. V2 Shiroshi Manchu's been out for so long. Same, like, Mihawk Throne is good because you need them for Future City, but other than that, like, these characters, like, the limited pool is just, like, treasure map characters. Carrot Wander, Bond Clay. That super limited pool step, though, is good. That's a good super limited pool step because Carrot Wander are there and, Bond Clay are there as well. So, the rest is the rate boosted characters here, and then you have the Treasure Sugo Fest characters as well. These two right here being the Morley and the Karasu are two characters that people want to pick up purely for their supports. These supports are so good, and there's been times where I know a lot of people have needed them, and they just haven't had them because they remove Despair and Attack Down and Paralysis and Bind. And they go on stuff like Robin units and whatnot. So they're very, very good supports. And all of the Treasure Map rare recruits, obviously being on Treasure Map banners, are quite nice. Especially for free-to-play players. Because free-to-play players will normally only spend their gems on stuff like these Super Sugo Fest banners. And that's rightfully so. I'm proud of you. If you save your gems and you only spend on these types of banners, or you throw some multis here and there, some Treasure Map, Kazuna banners and whatnot, I'm very proud of you because this is the banner that you want to be summoning on. As for what banner I think has the most value, I do, like I said, Part 3 I think has the best value for segregating to a unit that has a lot of value, moving forward being Yamato and Ace. As for Luffy and Kaido, I think you're kind of clutching at straws, which one's better. Kaido has bigger Unga Bunga damage, so for like endgame players, he's probably better. more well-rounded unit for like newer to mid-game players to clear some harder content that you've been struggling with. Luffy is going to be a much, much bigger powerhouse when it comes to that. Nevertheless, I want all of these characters. You bet your ass I'm summoning and I'm getting all of these characters. So like I said, go over to Twitch, follow me over on Twitch, check out the streams because we're going to be streaming all of our pulls there. Hit the bell notification for all the uploads. We will be uploading all of our summons. I am not summoning off camera. I refuse to do it. If I'm going to summon, if I get the itch, I get the urge, I will still summon, but I'll be doing it on camera. So, bet your bottom dollar, we're pulling all these characters. It's going to be a wild ride, and hopefully you guys enjoy it just as much as I do. And if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to belt the like button for me. If you are new to the channel, or you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. As I mentioned, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of the shenanigans, any of the fun. It's going to be a wild ride, and I hope you guys come along with it. Come along with me on it. Wow, that was hard to say. But most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.